皆さん、また来てくださってありがとうございます。こちらはマンハッタン、ニューヨーク、木曜日の午後です。ということでね、今週のまとめ的には、月曜日に土曜日のトランプさんのラリーを上げて、実はね、火曜日に、予備選だったんですね。それで、共和党が、結構、惨敗というか、全然勝てなかったんですよ。で、水曜日の昨日、共和党の候補者の、ディベート4回目のディベートが MSNBC であったんですね。で、私はもう前回のディベートで、なんかちょっとバカバカしいなと思って、で、見なかったんですよ。で、トランプさんのラリーがフロリダであったので、そっちの方を見てたんですね。で、トランプさんのラリーを上げようと思って見てたんですけど、なんかね、ヴィベックさんが爆弾投下しまくったみたいな感じで、ちょっとバズってたので、今日はそれを上げてみようかなと思います。トランプさんのラリーはまた次上げますね。で、その前にね、トランプさんが、今ニューヨークで本来ドロップすべき、棄却すべき、案件でずっと足止め食らってるんですよ。で、そのジェームスさんっていうとんでもない活動家のおばちゃんがどれだけひどいかっていう言いがかりでこれを起訴したかっていうのを前挙げたと思うんですけど、今回は判事もすごいひどいんですね。ちょっと狂ってるんです。気持ち悪いんですね。ということで判事さんをまず紹介して、そしてビベックさんを、の動画を上げたいと思います。どうぞ。
What the heck is right? This judge is a lunatic. He's a political activist, and I think he's insane. We need to just throw this case out, Jesse. I mean, what a laughing stock. What the American people want to see today are the facts against President Donald Trump. Show us the harm, show us the fraud. And instead, we're seeing shirtless photos of a judge. I mean, this is just all charades. It's a weaponization of our American justice system, and nobody wants to see the judge with his shirt off. What a despicable act.
There has to be a code of ethics that New York judges have to abide by in order to keep their robes clean, so to speak. Is he out of line with respect to the code of conduct that judges follow, posting naked bathroom selfies?
He's absolutely out of line. Look, we started with the judge smiling at the camera and waving, to pounding the table when the defense was trying to speak. And now we have these naked bathroom selfies. He's out of line. The same judge wants to gag President Donald Trump in his defense. The same judge doesn't want a political rally in his courtroom. What is he doing in his bathroom? This is ridiculous. This is not what the American people signed up for.
And what kind of judgment does it show? That you're taking naked photos of yourself and then putting them on the internet. I mean, what kind of judgment does that show? And this guy's in charge of the former president's buildings? That's crazy. That's crazy. He's going to have to answer for this. You know this is going to come up. And there's no other way that he has to step down. The man has to step down. He's completely disqualified himself.
Swami, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Roberts.
This is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to
That's
Governor
country.
Christie. Why, Mr. Ramaswamy, any daylight between you and the candidates we just heard in this issue on what you would tell the Prime Minister?
Not in terms of what I would tell the Prime Minister, no. In fact, I would go one step further. The founding vision of Israel was based on the idea that they don't want to depend on anybody else's sympathy or direction in defending themselves. So what I would tell Bibi is that Israel has the right and the responsibility to defend itself. I would tell him to smoke those terrorists on his southern border, and then I'll tell him as President of the United States, I'll be smoking the terrorists on our southern border. That's his responsibility. This is our responsibility. That's how we move forward. But I want to be careful to avoid making the mistakes from the neocon establishment of the past. Corrupt politicians in both parties spent trillions, killed millions, made billions for themselves in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, fighting wars that sent thousands of our sons and daughters, people my age, to die in wars that did not advance anyone's interests, adding $7 trillion to our national debt. And Joe Biden sold off our foreign policy. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, got a $5 million bribe from Ukraine. That's why we're sending $200 billion back to that same country. The fact of the matter is the Republican Party is not that much better. You have the likes of Nikki Haley, who stepped down from her time at the UN. Bankrupt or in debt was her family. Then she becomes a military contractor. She joins the board of Boeing and otherwise, and is now a multimillionaire. So I think that that's wrong when Republicans do it or Democrats do it. That's the choice we face. Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
All right, Mr.
In which case we've got two of them on stage
Mr.
tonight.
Ramaswamy, thank you.